What's up, guys? Welcome back to Nesian Build Podcast, episode number 2. We're your hosts, Mark and AJ, co-founders of the Nesian Build Apparel. And today, on this episode, we want to talk to you about our experiences on a program called 75 Hard. If you guys don't know what 75 Hard is, I'm going to let AJ explain that to you here in a second. But before we get started, I want to let you guys know, if you have a little bit of time on your hands, you can go check out our first episode where we talk a little bit about our brand and about ourselves. We'll leave a link to that video in the description below. If you want to show support for the channel, show support for the brand, don't forget to like and comment on the videos and click that subscribe button and the bell notification so that you know when we post our future episodes. We appreciate your time here with us today, and let's get started.
If I did this for the money, would've gave up long ago. It's the passion and the drive buried deep down in my soul. It's ambition, I'm too hungry, I ain't never getting full. On a mission, it's a battle, locked and loaded, bulletproof.
Welcome back to the episode. I'm going to let AJ tell you a little bit about the program, but for starters, why did we want to start the 75 Part program?
So first off, I didn't even know you were going to start doing or do 75 Hard with us. So if you know anything about, if you followed us on social media or anything, TMB, like our group, we're big partiers. Like we partied a lot. We drank a lot on the weekends. It was just a lot. But I've been on this personal development train for probably a little over a year now or something, watching a lot of podcasts and learning about the businesses and stuff like that. But I followed the creator of the program for a while and watched his podcast and always heard about 75 Hard through his podcast, but never thought I would do it. But I got to a point in my life where I thought that, it was just probably October, November last year, where I just thought like I had to do something to challenge myself. It's been a long time since I really did anything like that, like the program. So I thought, 75 Hard could help me and my, the group, mentally and physically. Like I lift weights, we do stuff like that, but there's no real test that, I really put myself through in a while. So I basically just told people or told the group that I was going to do it in January. So yeah, we got into that. So basically about the program, it's not a fit challenge. It's not some short-term little
It's not a fad.
Yeah, it's not a fad type deal. It's something that can really change your mindset and the way you see things. The creator, his name is Andy Frisella. He's the CEO. He's an entrepreneur, but he's the CEO of First Form International. It's a supplement company, but he's also the owner of a bunch of different companies. I mean, he runs his own podcast called Real AF. It's one of the biggest podcasts out there. He's not for some people.
I was gonna say, hold on. He's a little aggressive, so
Yeah.
be ready when you tune into his channel.
Yeah,
That guy's aggressive.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he's not for some people. Some people can't take the way he approaches speaking about his ideas and how he goes about life. But that's exactly how I like to hear things. So I do listen to him quite a bit. But Andy started this program because he's a victim of violent crime. He went through depression, anxiety, things like that, and he really just wants to help people. The program is really based off of experiences in his life and seeing within other successful people how or what it takes to become successful. And the program is basically going to give you or help you create the traits to basically take control of your life. So, building self-confidence, self-esteem, grit, fortitude, just being able to understand that, you can control the outcome of, a lot of things that happen in your life. And some of us, like a lot of people say they don't have time to do this, they don't have time to do that, and they don't have time to work on yourself, which is really complete bullshit because you should be investing more time in yourself than anything. Yeah. And 75 Hard was that for us. And I found the program, never thought I would do it just because I was making the same excuses. I don't have time. There's no way I could do 2 workouts a day. I can't even work out, one whole week straight, like consistently. I wasn't doing that. So I just didn't think it was possible. But, once you commit, you learn that, it's something you can do.
Like AJ was saying in the beginning, I wasn't. He wasn't aware that I was going to hop in, but when I heard that he was going to do the program, and that he got a bunch of the crew to do it too, I sat and I thought about it for a second. I was like, can I do this?
Yeah.
Can I do the program? And also, I didn't want to commit to something that I wasn't going to finish all the way through.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I waited up until the last minute. I think it was like the day before. Then I told this guy that I was going to hop on train. I started on a different day than you guys did,
Yeah.
but
I think you're about 5 days behind or
yeah,
something like
5 days
that.
behind. But yeah, I gave it a shot, and it was a lot of work, but it was fun. It was a good program. It definitely helped me, which we'll get into it a little bit later,
Mm.
talk when we go through our experiences on the program. But yeah, I think it was a good idea for me to get on that program too.
Yeah.
So
And it's like I told you, like we've mentioned before too. Like I just told people that I was gonna do it. I was not asking
that's
anybody
right.
to do it. I
Yeah,
wasn't. I didn't. I
he didn't
never
even ask
even.
me.
Yeah, I never even told Mark to,
Yeah,
or asked him to do it with me. I just knew what I had to do and what I felt was gonna really help me grow more than what I was doing at the time. So I was. And then when people just started saying they wanted to do it too, they wanted to jump on. I didn't expect it, but I was really happy that they did. But
yeah,
I was really more excited that he said the day before we were about to start that he was going to jump on, because that would mean that we would have two people that put themselves through something
yeah,
like that. That was and we were working on this on Nesian Built together, and I
yeah,
mean it's made a difference, especially with our work ethic. So I'm just saying, like,
yeah.
there's things that I was really excited about when I knew he was going to do it, because yeah, we're doing it together. We're in this in the long run together. So
So so 75 hard is a 75-day program, and in this program you have to do these 5 things every single day. No excuses. You have to do them. If you don't do a single one, if you miss out on one of them, then you have to start the whole program over again. It doesn't even matter how far in you are in the program.
yeah, there's no compromise.
No
No
compromise.
compromise.
So the 5 rules of 75 hard is you have to take a progress photo every single day. You gotta do 2 45-minute workouts. One of those workouts has to be outside, rain or shine. It doesn't matter what the weather is. It's got to be done outside. You got to follow a nutrition plan. You got to read 10 pages of a self-help book, and drink a gallon of water
A
every
day.
single day. Which, yeah, surprisingly was a little harder than it sounds.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, so
Probably the
that's
hardest part.
that's the program. 75 days of that every single day, no matter what.
Yeah. So like I mean, we're gonna break down a little bit of the rules, and because there are some little details that are involved, in each rule, that some people had to start all over because there was a detail in the rule that
Yeah,
they weren't aware of. So
kind of like I think one of the common ones, even for everybody doing the
mhm,
program, is the workouts. The back people
yeah,
trying to do them back to back to get them
yeah,
knocked out right away.
the main,
Can't do that.
yeah, you can't do the uh, hour and a half straight workout.
Right.
They have to be separated. So for the progress picture every day, yeah, you just have to take a regular progress picture every day. No shirt on, whatever
You can
you
do
want.
shirt on, shirt
Yeah,
off.
it doesn't, whatever works
Yeah.
for you, right? And then for the two 45-minute workouts a day, that's probably the biggest thing that everybody was uh, having a hard time with, and it is one of the hardest parts of the program.
It takes a lot. That's
Yeah,
about an hour and a half, but it seems
yeah.
like
It seems like, I
it's gonna
mean,
take you all day.
yeah, but it's really just like when you have to split them up like that, two 45-minute
Yeah,
ones. That's where it gets kind of where you're trying to schedule it throughout your day to make sure that you get
you
them
got to
both
fit
done.
it in somewhere.
Yeah. So the main thing with that is making sure. So you have your two 45-minute workouts, and you have to keep them 3 hour, at least 3 hours apart.
Yeah,
Yeah. And with a lot of people, they were just like, all right, we're gonna do. It wasn't even I'm gonna do a whole hour and a half workout, right? And some people were doing. I'm gonna do 45 minutes, my 45-minute workout, my first one, and then an hour later, I'm gonna do
I'm gonna
my
do the
other
second.
41, and
Try to get it
then
out of the way.
yeah, just knock it out. But you can't do that. You got to keep them at least 3 hours apart, and
I think it's designed for you to prioritize that.
yeah,
You
it's
know what I mean?
it's about helping you. It's about the recovery time that you're getting before the next workout, and prior to prioritizing your time, like
Gotcha.
scheduling correctly, and taking control of that. Another thing with you do have to have one of those workouts has to be outdoors, right?
Yep.
So
Rain or shine.
yeah, and it doesn't. If you're outdoors, you cannot be under any kind of covered
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know, like
It's got to
'cause
be outdoor. You have to be in the
you
elements.
have to be in the elements. Like
Yeah.
you can't be working out in, open the garage door and work out in the garage. You can't
Yeah.
do that. Like that's just not how it
You can't
works.
work out on your front porch
Yeah,
with
there's
a cover.
reason. Yeah, there's reasons why you have to be out in the elements, like Mark said. So because that's something that you just can't control. So
You don't want to be out there. You don't want to be in the
yeah,
rain. There's several times where I was out in the rain. You were out in the rain.
yeah,
Early morning. It's cold as heck.
hmm
Hands are freezing. Feet are freezing. But
but
that's where the mental toughness kicks in.
yeah,
The mental toughness training kicks in.
yeah. It's like
Right?
you have no choice. You have to do
Yeah.
it. So you just do it, and then guess what? You feel way fucking better about doing it, getting it done. But then follow nutrition plan. This is another thing where I think people were getting really confused
Yeah.
about, where it's not a fad diet. Like you don't have to choose a fad diet. You don't have to choose something like, oh, I'm gonna go paleo, or I'm gonna go keto, or I'm gonna
Yeah.
do, uh, low carbs, high carb, whatever. It's not like that. You don't have to choose a fad diet to do this. Um, you can keep it, which is something, the advice that I was giving, everybody, was keep it really simple. Don't try and overdo it, because then you're going to complicate it, and then that's something more you have to think about
Yeah.
during the process. You already have enough stuff going on with this program, so it was really keep it simple. The main thing was eating clean and being smart about what you're eating.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then into reading 10 pages of a self-development book. I read, I think 5, 6 books during 75 hard, and
I did 4. Yeah.
like we said though, like we didn't read nothing.
Before
We
that,
didn't
my
read
last
shit.
book I ever read was high school.
Yeah, I haven't read a book cover to cover since probably, I don't even know if I read a book cover to cover. It's like since maybe like sophomore, junior year,
Yeah.
senior year. I kind of skimmed through it the same way I would have,
And that was also tough too, because sometimes it's like, oh shoot, I gotta read still.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and then it's like, because and then when trying to read, it's like you're falling asleep like
Yeah,
at
especially
night because
after
you're
if you
tired.
if you wait to the end after your 2 workouts and then your work day and all that
Yeah.
craziness going on, your energy's already low and you're trying to read at night. Good luck, buddy.
Yeah. And then, so the last one is to drink a gallon of water a day. I think the gallon of water a day it probably was the hardest part of it, because I know most people are just not used to drinking that much water. It is a lot of water.
A lot of water.
And the main thing I try to remember about that whole thing is, I don't know how I didn't piss in the bed like that.
Yep.
Well, that's an accomplishment in itself after that.
No
During
joke.
that
Couple close
program.
calls for me.
Yeah,
That
but
actually helped me though. Wake up in the mornings because like by the time it was time for me to get up and get ready to go to work, my bladder was full.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
the alarm clock didn't even go off. It was my bladder that woke me up. So that did help. But
Yeah.
it is a lot of water. And another one of those things. If you want to get that done, you have to start early. If you wait till the end of the day, I did that a couple times.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there trying to drink half a gallon of water at like 7 o'clock at night, and I go to bed early because I had an
Yeah.
early start time for work.
Yeah, that's definitely good
But,
too.
yeah.
Because if you, well, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
We'll get into it. But we're just gonna talk about like how we handled each
rule.
each rule, like how our day went, and take care of it. But also understand that there was a lot of changes. Like even through this program, a lot of different things happened to us, right? A lot of things happened in our life, in our personal lives that we had to adjust and just make it happen, right? And that's what will get a lot of people in their lives. That's why we all know somebody that says, I'm going to do this diet, or I'm going to start this or start that. And then once something happens in their life, they change and just stop what they were trying to do that was going to help them, down the road. And this is why the program is 75 days, not a 30-day thing, because so much stuff's going to happen and you just have to work your way through it, and there's a way. There's always going to be a way, but if you don't commit to it, then you'll just quit, like a lot of people do most of the time.
Yeah.
So progress picture every day. I say 99% of the time I did it first thing in the morning, because that's when I felt like the fats and the abs was popping, so I felt like that was the best time to take it. But
That's when you're the most shredded.
yeah, and you're not bloated or anything like that. And I would never really bloated this whole time, but you're not full at the end of the night. But then that is something, like if you woke up later or you missed out on, Andy Frisella does have what do you call that? An app that you can keep track of your tasks each day, and that was definitely very helpful, because a lot of people could just easily forget. But If you missed out on the progress photo that day, you just had to make sure you take it at the end of the day. It could be messed up your schedule, it could take you out of routine, but then that's one of those things you just got
That's
to
an
remember
easy
to
one though.
take
At
it.
the same time, it's an easy one because it doesn't require much. You just gotta
Yeah,
snap a photo,
yeah.
of yourself.
But then it's easy to
It's
forget too.
easy. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's
Yeah,
also easy to forget.
yeah,
But it's not like, oh, at the last minute, like, oh shoot, I gotta take a progress photo.
yeah,
I remember a couple times getting in bed, about to lay down and go to sleep. Put my hand on the pillow. Next thing you know, oh shoot, I gotta do my photo.
yeah,
I put my clothes back on and I go and take the photo and just get it done. But
yeah.
the app, I think, definitely helps because it even reminds you at the end of the
11,
day, like at
yeah.
11 p.m. Hey, did you?
You didn't complete your task.
Yeah,
So,
did you complete your task?
yeah,
And oh shoot, no, I didn't.
yeah. And then so the 2 45-minute workouts a day. So I mean, you can go ahead and start since we had different schedules, different ways we did
Yeah,
ours. So.
I feel like I had a pretty good schedule, work wise, to do the 45-minute workouts a day
Mm.
because I had such an early day. My start time at work was 3 a.m. So I got up, I went to work. I had an hour-long lunch.
Mm.
So of course, I got that first workout knocked out on my hour-long lunch,
Mm-hmm.
and still a little bit of time to just chill out before going back to work. But and then after, I got off at 11 a.m. and then after work, by the time I got off work, it was already more than 3 or 4 hours um, between the first workout and the second one. So I tried to make sure that right when I got home, I did the outdoor portion of the workout.
Mm.
Unless I had other plans where I had to flip flop and do the outside workout during work and the indoor, later. But I feel like my work schedule that I was on, kind of helped me prioritize that, and it wasn't too bad for me. It wasn't a bad experience.
Yeah.
Plus, before the pandemic had hit, I was already doing 2 workouts a day. I would work out with this guy right after work, 11 a.m. Then I'd go home and do the home gym with my wife.
Mm-hmm.
Not the home gym, but I go to the gym with my wife. So I kind of had that groove a little bit.
Yeah.
But for me, that worked out just fine.
Yeah.
Doing the two workouts a day. The outdoor stuff was on certain days. We live in Washington.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah.
But you got to get that thing done.
Yeah.
I didn't want to fail because I had this guy on my back plus the whole crew. The rest of the guys doing it. So
Yeah.
yeah. But for me, it worked out just fine.
Yeah. I think so. Like we said, there's a lot of things that happen when we
While we're doing the
while we're
program.
doing the program.
Yeah.
So when we started on January 3rd and we finished on March 18th. Or I finished on March 18th, and we did that that time frame. But when we started, it was snowing and it was icy out. I don't know if you go back into the 75 hard our Instagram and you see the 75 hard highlights. The first week basically, there was snow on the ground, there was ice on the ground and everything, right? But then you go into a month later and it's just dumping rain, and then it's cold out and stuff, right? So the way I handled it, and I try my best to keep this schedule, was I'd wake up. I started work at 7 a.m. during that time in the beginning, so I'd wake up at around, I think, 4:30, and I get my first workout in, which was always cardio. I always did my outdoor workout as cardio. And I think there's maybe only 2 or 3 times where I did some kind of maybe muscular endurance or some kind of like HIIT program or something outdoors, but I mostly stick with cardio every day. I went from I alternated pretty much every day: walk, run, ruck. So I just continue to keep alternating, and it also I also auto regulated, like depending on how my legs felt and stuff like that. So like if I knew my legs were like going to be super sore, after a ruck, or my legs were just sore from a ruck, or just from lifting or doing legs the day before, couple days before, I just I would do a walk. I would do an interval run or something like
But
that.
not a leisurely walk.
Yeah,
You have to walk with intent.
Yeah, believe me, every time I did a walk, it was always at least 3 miles. Like there was no, just chilling and walking. No, it was never really that. I think maybe the slightest walk that I did, or slowest walk that I did, was probably with my son when we went outside. It was kind of nice out with and still chilly, but I had my son picking up trash, like
Oh, yeah,
just stuff like that. But I tried my best to make sure that I kept up the intensity. And that was because, especially, I'm really glad that with what I did was setting up that I was gonna do the 20 miler at the end of this
Oh,
because
yeah.
that kept my head in
That's
it.
not something you have to do, but that was just
Yeah.
a goal that he set,
Yeah,
that you set at the end of it.
yeah, because I just wanted, it was just a way to keep, challenge myself at the end to see if I really put in the work during the whole program,
Yeah.
physically. And then yeah, then after that, so during the night I would lift pretty much, and I had stopped going to the gym for certain reasons, but stopped going to the gym, and we invested in getting the rack for my house.
So you got a home gym.
So I got a home gym in my garage, so I was able to lift whenever I wanted, whenever I needed to. So at night, at the beginning, I was lifting pretty much. I was starting probably my lifts at around 8:30 p.m. and then finish, 9:15.
Dang, that's late.
Yeah, I was. It was all. I was doing late, but during that time, you're super motivated and stuff like that, and then you just end up, the habits just become. I mean, doing that stuff over time,
habit.
it becomes habit, and then there's a bunch of stuff that happened, but
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say for some people.
Yeah.
Because in the beginning, the honeymoon phase, like this is, like, you're fired up, you're ready to
Yeah.
go, and then 2 weeks later, like I gotta go.
yeah, yeah.
I gotta go walk in this rain real quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. And then, so I think then it changed a couple of times. You have to adjust depending on your schedules for the day. It's not that bad. Like you can make it happen.
You
And then
have to prioritize it though. 'Cause
Yeah,
if you
it's all
don't, then,
scheduling.
then that's what's gonna kick you in the butt. Like,
Yeah.
oh, damn it.
And then I think I went from that. Then I started doing towards the end. I think maybe the last third of it, the last 25 days or so. Like I said, life changes. I actually left the job, went to a different job, and then so my schedule changed. So I had to, I had to make it happen a different way. So I stopped doing the cardio in the morning. I did lifting in the morning, and then I did cardio. And then plus it was a little bit warmer, most of those days. So I started doing cardio at night or in the evening. But yeah, I think that's pretty much what we did. I mean, we did a couple group workouts and stuff like that for outdoor workouts. A couple times, some of the guys came over, we lifted and stuff like that. But yeah, it was,
That 2 workout a day was an eye opener for me. I remember my first day on a walk, mind you, and I was pretty heavy when I started the program. I had to. I was limping back home because I felt like I had pulled a hernia or whatever you call it.
yeah,
I was literally limping home because we have a lot of hills where we live. So doing my outdoor walk on that first day, I was fired up. Going out, I was like, yeah, let's go. My pace was hella fast, going up and down the hill. On the way back, like a flat tire, boy. I'm on the side of the road trying to stretch my groin. I'm like, ugh. Cars passing by. But that thing is pretty killer for me. And then over time, I could see the progress, which was also motivating. When you start to realize like you're getting stronger, and then when it's raining or it's cold out, you don't mind it as much, and you're just gonna go in there and get it done. You start warming up eventually, even though it's wet and cold.
yeah, no doubt. Like I think even like towards the end too, like you so used to the outdoor workouts being kind of miserable that you don't care. And there's even days where like I wanted it to rain so that it could be a fucking miserable ruck or something like that, just so that it would suck a little bit more, And I was totally fine with that, Like it's like I don't think like walks. I mean, a lot of people do walks, and that's fine. That's the best part about the program, right? You can do whatever you want as long as you do the time that you're supposed to do it and do it correctly, right? But you're supposed to be pushing yourself as much as you possibly can. Not, doing it in the right ways to where you're not going to hurt yourself, being safe about it. The whole thing is scalable. Like you can, if you want to do yoga, if you want to lift heavy, lift light, run hard, run slow, like however you want to handle, whatever you're doing, for your workouts, as long as you get your workouts done, that's all that matters. It's putting in the time to get each task done. But follow a nutrition plan. What did you do, bud?
I did intermittent fasting during the 75 part, which was tough.
Yeah.
When I started this program, I was 296 pounds. I was eating everything in sight. And, when it came to not eating for a majority of your day, that was tough.
Mm-hmm.
So I did fasted for 16 hours and then the 8-hour window for eating.
But you also did, so like, because I know you're a big coffee guy. So like you still drink your coffee in the morning, which you can have your coffee. But you went to black coffee. Yeah. This guy, I'm telling you, when I work with him, he always coffee, creamer, and I was the same way. Like but then it
was actually creamer with a little bit of coffee in it. That's what it was. That's what it tasted like.
Yeah.
And I knew it every time I poured coffee and I put creamer in my cup. I'm like, That's a lot of sugar that's going
Yeah,
in there. This is more sweet than anything.
yeah.
It's like chocolate milk.
Because I mean, we used to go. I mean, we basically had our coffees. I didn't have as much as him, I'm sure, as much creamer and stuff like that. But uh, I remember I did this one 30-day diet, whole 30, and used to mention to him like, dude, I'm on black coffee now. Like I don't need
I
creamer,
saw him
none of
doing it. I was
that.
like, just straight up black? He's like, yeah,
Yeah,
bro. It's like, bro, that's disgusting, bro. And to me, it tastes like burnt plastic or burnt rubber.
yeah,
And I couldn't. And then I tried one day. I was like, nope. Put it back down. Went back to
yeah,
creamer. I tried it maybe
yeah.
twice to go because this guy was doing it. I was like, let me see what it's about.
Hmm.
But I think you told me it took you like a week to get
Yeah.
used to it.
It was probably a little bit more, but then I got really like now that's the only way I
That's
drink
the
it.
only way I drink it.
Yeah.
Well, I started black coffee before we did 75 hard. Like
Yeah, yeah,
months before we did that, I was like, let me give it a shot. And I did. I stuck it out for the first week of just like getting this thing down.
yeah,
And then after that, it was just kind of it just became a routine. It was just put the coffee, drink it, put the coffee. I didn't worry about the taste. That's the one thing I had to do is I had to ignore the taste.
yeah, yeah.
Ignore the taste, but get the
Understand
benefits of
yeah,
coffee. Yeah,
understand what it is.
yeah, yeah. And I've been doing it ever since.
So then, okay, I don't know what.
So that helped me
Yeah,
in the beginning because
because
that coffee
held
in the
you.
morning, it gave me energy, and it also suppressed my appetite. Some people has a
Well, what was your time frame though for your eating? Your
oh,
eating.
so I had early morning schedule. So I woke up at 1:30, got ready for work, made my coffee, and I drank my coffee through the morning. The first
Mhm,
couple hours of the morning that I went through. So 3 a.m. Initially, I started 10 o'clock was my open window to eat.
mhm.
But that was the end of my work day. So I would try to scarf down something,
Yeah,
protein bar, a sandwich or something like that to eat to get some fuel into me because then I would do my workout at 11 when I got off.
yeah.
Um, so I almost didn't want to do a workout on an empty stomach. Um,
So what time did you start or what were your time blocks
oh, my time blocks. My bad.
for eating?
My time frame was I started. I initially started 10 o'clock. It was my start time to eat, and then 6 p.m. was the cutoff time.
So you had an 8 hour block to eat.
8 hour window to eat.
Okay, and then
And
16
then
hours you couldn't eat.
yeah, and then in the middle of doing 75 hard or during 75 hard, our work schedule kind of shifted, and I got that hour long lunch,
Mhm,
and I saw that as an opportunity to knock out the first workout of the day. So I said, screw it, I'm gonna push it back an hour.
mhm,
I'll just eat something real quick before the workout
mhm,
right when the window opens, and then went from 11 to 7.
mhm. Okay.
So just an
Just
hour.
adjusted it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I did the 10 to 6 for a while, and then I switched to 11 to 7.
yeah. So
And then from 7 p.m. till 11 the next day, I had nothing.
yeah,
I would go home, I'd eat dinner, and my biggest thing before 75 hard was snacking before bed. I'd be on the couch watching movies, and I'd just go through the kids' candy, go through the freaking cupboards, anything sweet, peanut butter jelly sandwiches, all the
yeah,
all the bad stuff right before bed.
yeah,
And I think that's what was that was definitely a problem for me.
yeah.
But yeah, that was my windows.
What kind of stuff were you eating though? Like while you're
I
fasting?
For the fasting part, for me, it was
Yeah, there's the fasting part is more lenient. It is the
yeah, yeah.
intermittent
You can
fasting is
still
more
eat
lenient.
whatever you want, but for me also, I know that because it was almost like a Weight Watchers deal. Like Weight Watchers, you can eat whatever you want. That's what I did before.
Hmm.
So I kind of used that a little bit when I was choosing what to eat.
Hmm.
But for the most part, I kept it very light.
Yeah.
During the day, I would snack on nothing crazy, but I would get my biggest meal pretty much was the dinner, the dinner portion, because I also knew like I need to be at a caloric deficit, what we
Yeah.
call it, and so I didn't want to consume all these calories during this 8 hour window that I'm eating because if I'm consuming a shit ton of calories, what was the whole point of fasting in the
Yeah,
beginning?
yeah,
Because if I'm putting in all these calories that I'm just waiting for,
yeah.
there was no point. So I really just kept it. I kept it real simple.
Mhm.
Even my wife, even now, she's like, "Man, you kind of eat like a bird in the day, but when the dinner comes, I eat."
Yeah, yeah.
So that's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
I did,
Yeah,
and like I kind of ate just kind of whatever I wanted to, but I didn't eat as much because
Yeah.
your boy can get down on some food.
Yeah.
This guy's he tear stuff up. So I really really controlled it, and I think that intermittent fasting helped me even afterwards because even now I still eat very minimal during the day, and I don't I can eat if I want to, but um, going through the programs kind of
Yeah.
flip the switch for me. I can fight the hunger. I can, the cravings don't get me as they used to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that was my biggest problem. When I'm hungry, I want to
You
eat.
just eat every time though, and it's like every time. I mean, you snack a lot, right?
Yeah.
But now you can control that.
Now I feel like I control a lot better
Yeah.
for sure. even after work now, I get off at 3 p.m. now.
Mm-hmm.
And I stop by the gas station. If I don't have anything, I just get just a protein cookie before I get here. And then we work here till 5:30, some 6:30, 7:30 sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And then I go home and eat it, you know, but
Yeah.
for the most of the day, and didn't eat much. I don't eat
Yeah.
much, you know.
I went a different route. I think I talked to you about like, oh, I'm gonna do. I was thinking about intermittent fasting at some point,
Yeah.
but then at the same time, there's for my workouts, I did. So I took supplements. I was taking supplements. I was taking protein, and you know, I was taking trying to do pre-workout and stuff like that. So I wanted to take supplements for this program because I knew I would probably need it, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because I was gonna push myself so that I could get to that end
Yeah, I
goal
was
of
gonna
that
say
20
plus.
miler.
Yeah.
You know, so just building overall strength and you know endurance. I knew I was gonna be sore. I was gonna fucking hurt, right? But I did I basically just took out anything that was bullshit. Like that was,
Yeah.
I kept it very simple. I almost followed a Whole30 diet, except I kept you know the supplements and rice. And I was eating rice, and you know there's really I didn't eat much sugar at all. Like anything that I had, like I would eat protein waffles in the morning sometimes. You know after when I knew it was a big day, I was doing runs and lifting. I had protein waffles with some date syrup. I wouldn't have no maple syrup, nothing like that, and some peanut butter. You know, a peanut butter and jelly sandwich every day, like I said.
I was gonna say that's probably the
That
sweetest thing you ate, huh?
yeah, that was the one. I think that's where I got the majority of my sugar from was peanut
Peanut
butter
butter and jelly.
and jelly. Yeah. Um, at night, you know, there was more vegetables and stuff. Implemented into you know my diet. Um,
What was your daily?
my daily, dude. I think
Like your daily thing that you ate that was
oh, so I think
like your
the
lunches from
my
Nick Bear, like
yeah,
that
oh
was
yeah,
your
my
main
daily
dish.
thing, like, and I still eat it
Yeah.
like pretty much every day now. Ground beef and rice, and I put no sugar ketchup all over it.
Yeah.
And then I also mix it like so now by like 100% like 100% grass fed patties, ground beef patties, and I'll just put them in the air fryer, you know, 15 minutes, whatever. Pull it out, throw it in my rice, and then I'll chop that up, and then put some ketchup all over it, some no sugar ketchup
That's it.
all over it, and I just eat that all day. I love that. And then also ground beef with the Whole30 taco seasoning. Put that all over, and then same thing. Put it all over rice. I'll put some salsa all over it, some clean salsa, and then just go to town. But um, I think pretty much every morning I would almost eat the same thing. Like I would, especially on like work days, with my like the job I had at the beginning, I would it was banana, uh, my greens for you know my
Yeah.
what do you call that supplement? Take my greens, and then freaking I think it was probably maybe like a peanut butter and banana sandwich. Like I ate that almost every morning, and that was just you know to recover from to help start you know adding fuel for the you know the rest of the day after working out in that morning, which was at that time cardio, and then you know when I got home at the beginning, that's when I was eating so much when I got home because I didn't have time to eat during the day for that job that I had.
Mm-hmm.
I ate so much when I got home. Um, I would just go to town basically on rice and what do you call that? Like ground beef, chicken, anything like
Some
that.
kind of protein.
Yeah, some kind of protein, and then I'd get to my next workout. Um, then you know things shifted, stuff like that. But you know I stick to that pretty much the whole time.
Yeah.
I really kept it simple, and I advise people to keep it simple because and
It takes a lot of the thought process out of it because
yeah,
like every day, like let's say, like for me and my wife, what's for dinner?
yeah,
And then we gotta sit here and figure out what we're gonna have for dinner.
yeah. It's like, can I
But
eat
if
this? Can I not eat
yeah,
this? Like that's yeah. Take
especially
that
when you're in
out.
a program, yeah,
Yeah,
the less
eliminate that.
stress, the better.
And then I think what happens is too like you start looking at food like this is how I look at food now. I don't see it anymore as you know what's gonna make me feel good, what's gonna taste good. I need something that's gonna fuel me for the day. Like that's all I see food as now. And if I know it's not gonna make me feel good so that I can get shit done that day, then I'm not gonna eat it. If if I know that it's gonna help me for my next workout to make sure that I can work out to you know and have an effective workout, I eat what's clean. I eat what's gonna help fuel that workout because I want to have effective workouts. I don't want to go into it feeling like shit. And that's
Mm-hmm.
why a lot of people will not. They'll say, okay, I'm gonna work out at 5 o'clock tonight. and then they eat something stupid, and then
And a lot
it's
of
like,
it.
oh yeah, and they eat a lot. Then I'm like, oh, I'm bloated. I'm not gonna work out. Like, no, you gotta use the foods that you're eating to fuel that next workout, and that's what you're gonna keep. You're gonna keep feeling that. Like, you don't want to eat something at night because this is the way I say. I think every rule goes hand in hand because if you didn't do a certain rule right, there's something you're not gonna take out of the program, and you're not gonna really get everything out of it like you could. If you didn't drink the gallon of water, I don't think you could make it through the whole thing. It's
You gotta
really
go to
hard.
the ER because you're dehydrated.
Yeah, you're gonna need all that water. And then if you're not eating clean, I'm telling you, like you try to eat pizza and all that stuff, you're not gonna be able to do the program. You're not gonna be able to do that for 75 days if you're eating unhealthily and then trying to work out twice a day. There's no way because your body is not being fueled properly for this stuff. Unless all you're doing is walks every day. Like you can get through the program doing simple stuff and not pushing
easy
yourself.
stuff,
Yeah, but if you're not doing it the right way and really pushing yourself, you're not gonna get out of it everything that you can.
I like what you said about that. You like if you're not following all the rules, and you're going to be missing a piece.
Yeah,
That even goes along with the reading.
yeah, yeah.
I mean,
And so you go into 10 pages a day. And I'm telling you, like, this was probably one of my favorite parts of the program because like you start understanding why people make decisions they make. You're reading all these different books, and it's a self-development book, and it's teaching you and you're teaching you about why you think the way you think, why you perform the way you perform, why society thinks the way it thinks, and how you can be different from that and better your life and take control of your life. I read Atomic Habits. I read Nick Bare's book, 25 Hours a Day. I read the 75 Hard book from Andy Frisella, um, Power of Moments.
I did the
Yeah,
Power Moments, the
yeah.
Nick Bare 24 hours a day. I did Don't Sweat the Small Stuff,
hmm
and what's the other one? I forgot already.
Yeah, there's a couple, I think.
Something about overthinking. Maybe that's the one.
Yeah, you read Overthink, something about overthinking.
Don't something about overthinking. I forget the title of that one. The overthinking. Don't sweat the small stuff. Power of moments.
hmm
And Nick Bare's book. Yeah, those are my four.
I think there's a couple more I read too, but yeah, like
But I was saying how you're talking about the rules and you kind of mesh together because for me the reading part, I would read in the morning or during one of my breaks at work, and then later on when I'm doing my walk or my outdoor activity, that's when I would reflect on the book. That's when I would think about
yeah,
what I
sure.
read and kind of process that information.
Yeah,
And then the thought of me like, damn, I'm a reader now,
yeah,
or whatever. But yeah, that I think helped me get through the walks too, because it gave me something to think about.
yeah,
It gave me something to process, and kept my mind busy as I'm doing my activity.
yeah, yeah.
In the rain or the shine.
In the rain or the shine.
And then you take pieces of it and you learn from.
Yeah,
what
and
you read.
you remember all these little things, and then you start understanding. This is why I've been doing this all my life. This is why I've been, making this decision. And then I think the biggest thing I took from like reading was what I identified myself with, as like I like let's just go back to the workouts. For the past 5 years I can say I didn't identify as a runner. Like it's like I'm not a runner. I'm an islander. I'm not gonna run. I like to lift weights. I like to eat big. And I like to drink. Like that's what islanders do. That's what we say, right? I wasn't identifying myself with being like a healthy person, a fit person. I will fit. I was considering myself pretty fit at that time, but I learned
Go back
now.
to the videos and the pictures.
Very different.
Yeah.
But I didn't identify myself as a runner. Nothing like that. Now I identify myself as a runner. I from 75 hard, starting off hating running and then just doing it, even though I didn't want to, just doing it because I set that goal at the end. It made me actually enjoy and love what running does for me, like mentally especially. Just the little, those long runs, those, just the the process and mental process it takes for you to get better at running. That's what I enjoyed about it the most. But then that's all because of what the things I was reading, and I identify myself now as a runner. I'm not saying I'm a great runner, but I just enjoy running now, and that's that now. And I'm able to identify myself as that now, and just keep working at it. Right before I just hated it. And that's come through the reading. That's come through the literature that we're, and the words that you're putting into our mind. because we're reading every day. We learn more about business and why people succeed in business. It's a mindset to take to do it. It's not telling you all the little things that you have to do to make a business better. That's not the kind of stuff we're reading. We're reading stuff about mindset and like every person that's done something extremely big for society. They don't have college degrees. Like I mean, most people don't think about that. You got to think about like the kind of people and the stuff that has been proven, and what they've done and what it took for them to get to those places. And that's just, big. I think that we want, especially for us, like to keep, in our minds that, anybody can do it. You just have to choose.
I think it's definitely helped though. The reading was, I identify as a reader and a treadmill runner myself. Shoot, let me tell you this. I'm not to the point where I can run outside, but the treadmill, I made some huge progress on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you weren't running at all before that.
No.
Yeah.
I tried, even walking on the treadmill.
Yeah.
In the beginning.
Couldn't do it.
Hernia.
Yeah.
I'm about to pull something in my legs. It was tough.
Yeah.
But by the time I was done with 75 hard, I was up to half an hour of what I call running, jogging.
Yeah.
So I made progress on that too. So
yeah. Then from reading to a gallon of water a day. Gallon of water a day. Probably the hardest part, but some people like to carry, the big gallons of water, stuff like that. I didn't want to do that, so I grabbed myself.
It's a half gallon?
The half gallon. Yeah. So all I had to do was finish that, and then
2 of those.
Drink, refilled, and that was it. Yeah. I didn't want to do the water bottles and count water bottles throughout the day and possibly miscount. I didn't want to have, if it was anything that I had to fill up more than once or twice, it was going to make it difficult. There was enough stuff going on, so I kept it simple and just got me a half gallon bottle. So finished one.
I did the same. Yeah. I started with something a little bit smaller, so I had to do 4 of those. But that gets old.
Yeah.
And then when you go somewhere, you got to find water.
Mm-hmm.
And like here, we didn't have a dispenser. We don't have,
Yeah.
So I was like, let me get a half gallon too, because I can fill up at work, drink during my work day, fill up before I leave, and that's the rest of the day for me.
Yeah.
On a good day. But some days I'd be slacking, and then I wait till I get home.
Yeah, drinking the water was hard just because you have to make sure you get the water down, and if you miss out on a couple hours that you get busy and you're not drinking water, then you're chugging water. You don't want to be chugging water during.
Plus, you're working out 2 times a day. You're sweating a lot. You have to.
You need to
replenish yourself.
You need the water, and then
especially how much does this guy sweat. Yeah. And me sweating on the treadmill was crazy. I felt your pain.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You just have sweat all over it.
Oh, man, it was bad.
Yeah,
so you have to keep.
You need the water because once you don't do it, like since we've come off it, you can feel that if I'm just trying to get a half gallon in at least a day, and so I drink a half gallon. Sometimes I drink more. Most days I'm getting more, but you feel it. That you're not drinking a whole gallon after doing it for 75 days straight.
It's surprising drinking a gallon a day. On days I did get the gallon down early, I was still thirsty.
Yeah,
I'm like, damn, that means I need more water.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, because your body's taking it. There's a lot of physical activity. There's a lot of stuff going on, so it needs the water. But yeah, I think that's.
It's tough, but it's not.
Yeah,
it's one of those things you just have to start early. If you start it early, it's not going to be a huge problem. If you wait till later, you're going to be playing catch up for sure.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know how the hell I didn't piss in the bed like this.
Close call.
It's crazy. It's a struggle for sure. You probably have the biggest, I think results wise when it comes to body and the physical. Like you guys want to go ahead and go ahead.
So starting the program, I weighed in at 296 pounds, and by the time I was done, I got to 265. So it's about 31 pounds.
Yep.
31 pounds down, 4 books down, and a crap ton of water.
Yeah.
And then also a shift in my mentality and the way I look at things sometimes, the hard things specifically, because that's what this program, really kind of helps you with.
Yeah.
Is how to get through the hard things, the things that you don't want to do, and then how to prioritize and organize that and to get it done.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we're gonna post a picture up, but yeah.
Yeah.
It was crazy to see. It was crazy to see the transformation. I know that's when it comes to 75 hard, that's one of the things they show is like the progress photos. Because even before we started, I was looking at other people's progress photos and it's not a huge difference, But then again, it's not totally about that.
Yeah.
It's about the mindset, mental toughness.
Yeah, that mostly comes with it.
A lot in the physical.
Yeah, so. that really just comes with it. The physical changes just come with it, but it's really more the program is a mental toughness program. It's not physical. The physical comes with it, and that's like a bonus to it.
I just had a lot of physical to give up. So that's why my progress photo was pretty. It was pretty crazy to see. And when it comes to like eating,
Yeah.
my old habits of eating. Now, whenever I want to eat something reckless, or at night before bed, I was telling this guy, I flash back to that first progress photo. When I put that first progress photo, the one I didn't post on social media
Yeah.
without my shirt on, when I flash back to that progress photo and the last one, it was such a huge difference. And it's like, man, I don't want to freaking go back there anymore.
Yeah.
And I know if I do this thing, if I eat this thing right now, right before bed, this fucking peanut butter and
Mm-hmm.
honey and
Yeah.
banana sandwich, I'm gonna pay for it eventually. It's gonna keep happening,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna end up there. And then all this was for nothing.
Yeah. You start compromising on little things, and
Yeah.
then it starts adding up, and you start doing it more and more. So
Yeah.
you
And
build
then
that discipline.
and then the self help books, that also helps when I start thinking back on this. And then all the stuff that the books that we read, the podcasts that we watch, because we watch a lot of podcasts, a lot,
Yeah.
and it's like, yeah, that all helps me from going back there.
Yeah.
I think it's helped
Yeah.
me from going back there.
Yeah.
And like I said, if I go back there, this whole thing was for nothing.
Yeah. Exactly.
And we're getting up there in age, and it's like,
You got to start
we
being.
got to start being more. I got to start being more responsible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With my health and
Yeah.
and just in life.
Yeah. And like, I think for me, I think I didn't have like I didn't lose a lot of weight. It wasn't big, but I was able to like keep strength and get stronger, lifting wise, with losing some fat. Like that was probably my biggest thing. Like I remember, this is not like, dude, I have so much like back fat. It's this back fat just adding up, like from the drinking and eating bad. But that was like the first thing that went. Like the first quarter of the thing, that was going. I was like, that's when I'm getting motivated. Like this shit's leaving. Like this body fat's
Even on the
leaving,
crew,
man.
a lot of the people on
Yeah.
the crew, man, it's like instantly like everyone's losing weight. I'm like,
Yeah.
holy crap,
It's
dude! I'm
crazy.
looking at my progress photo. It's moving slow.
Yeah.
Mine moves slow, but I think
Exactly.
because of the alcohol. Oh yeah, no alcohol.
The alcohol.
That was
yeah.
one of the
Oh
rules.
yeah, I forgot to mention
We
that.
didn't cover
No
that.
alcohol the whole
No
time.
alcohol for 75 days,
Yeah,
and
no
that was
alcohol.
tough for this guy.
Totally forgot
Let me
about
tell you, this guy over here.
Well, it wasn't tough actually because I already pretty much gave it up. I think,
Oh, yeah, going
like I
into
said,
it.
there was a time that towards the end of last year where
Yeah.
we were just drinking way too much, and I just said, I'm fucking done. Like it was too much. It was every
It
weekend,
doesn't
twice a
line up.
weekend. Like it just my goals and what I was doing, it was not.
They're not in alignment.
Yeah, they were not working together correctly, and I was not being the person that's where I really felt I wasn't being the person that I really truly wanted to be, and what I was meant and set out to to be. Like that's not the kind of person I want to really be seen as. So I just had to make that adjustment and decide, right? But I didn't make huge like body weight losses or anything like that. But I do feel like I was able to kind of put a little more muscle on while losing weight. I think I started off at like 196 and did at like I think what was it, like 176 or something like that. Something, right?
Something like
170. Yeah, because I think I've almost finished at like 175, 180. Yeah, 176 or something like that. So lost some weight. I think the biggest thing for me is that I still read.
Mm-hmm.
I still work out. Not every day. I try to work 5 to 6 times a week. The 2 workouts a day right now is just not working for me. I just have to keep up with my son's stuff. I mean, I can do it, but right now I'm choosing not to, and that's fine.
To make time for other things.
Yeah, like make time for
We're not on the
my
program,
kids
so we
and
don't
stuff.
have to do
We
it
don't
yet.
have to, but it is something that I will eventually do again. I still read. I still eat clean majority of the week. I do have my things. When we have family gatherings and stuff like that, like I'll eat. Like I'm not trying to be. I'm not crazy about harping on people, but don't eat this shit. And like it is
do you.
Yeah, do
I'ma
you
do me.
be happy? And
Yeah.
I'm gonna. But I do understand that every day, especially during the work week, I have, like I said, I'm trying to build a machine, and that machine is my body. And if my body is not fueled correctly, if it's not healthy, if it's not strong, I can't do all the things that I want to do. I can't accomplish all the things I want to do every day, right? So I have to be eating clean, and I have to be staying physically fit, and I know the things that work for me. That's why you guys see that I do post a story every day of me working out. It's not to show you how much gains I'm making. It has nothing to do with that. It's to show you consistency. It's to show you that the work is being put in, and what comes out of it, you'll see down the road. It's not looking for anything right away. It's just showing you that the work is consistently being put in. And I don't want to wake up at 3:30 every morning. That's not what I want to do. But I know how it makes me feel during the day. I know that if I work out every day in the morning before I go to my job and then come into HQ, I know I can accomplish a lot. I know I can get more stuff done, and that's my sole focus, is getting stuff done each day. It's not, and I don't like wasting days. I don't like wasting time. So I have to be efficient and effective. So I have to get my workout in, and then I have to just start my day, because that just gets the juices going in my body, gets my mind right. Because while I'm working out, I'm listening to podcasts, of people that are going through it, and we're basically just trying to follow the footsteps of people that have already gone through this stuff, right? They're building something. Yeah. So that's what we do. We're just putting ourselves in that situation, continue doing that.
What he's kind of talking about, and I told you about this early on too. It's like the program is dope. Everything is laid out for us. We know what we have to do. It's plain and simple. You just have to do it. Yeah. My biggest thing was the aftermath. That's why I told you, like, what am I going to do after the 75 hard is done? For a lot of people, that's something that I was worried about. And when I did finish the program, I did take quite some time off of working out. I got a couple of workouts here and there, but I'm back on the wagon. I didn't put any of that weight on. I still maintained, what I've learned as far as my eating habits. So I was able to keep that weight off this whole time. Yeah. I haven't gone up. I haven't gone down, but I haven't gone up. Yeah. Just maintaining right now. But I have been. I am back at the gym, waking up at the freaking butt crack of dawn before work, because I start at 6. So waking up at 4 o'clock, getting to the gym, getting to work, and then after work coming straight here, still reading on my breaks, but that was one of the things I was concerned about. What am I gonna look like after I'm done? Because after I'm done, if we go back to what we were doing before this, again, it was worth for nothing.
Yeah, it was just a challenge, like people say. Like there's no point.
And I don't think he likes to call it a challenge.
He doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't like.
It's not a 75 hard challenge, because it's not. It's a program.
Yeah, it's an actual program. Because I know my mindset is completely flipped from. I've always been a person about mindset, and stuff like that. But
you have it.
Yeah. But this took it up to another level. Yeah, like that's what I really just feel it is. Like I've always been about, like, hey, just go, just do it. Like it doesn't matter. Like your excuses mean nothing, because the world doesn't care about your excuses. Like if you succeed, it's because you said fuck these excuses, and and you worked through them. And that's just, I've always been like that. But then this program really pushed me, pushed us to another level, just because you're already here with that. But then you start seeing new things, and you start seeing new things within yourself mentally, that you say, everything is because of the work you put in and what you prioritize in your life. That's one thing. You have to learn how to say no to the shit that doesn't matter. And you have to learn to kick out all the shit that doesn't matter in your life, And I think that was the biggest thing when it came to 75 Hard, was all the shit that you're used to doing, that you say you don't have time, you don't have time to invest in yourself because you want to go drink and you want to go party and stuff like that. If you enjoy doing that stuff, do that stuff, but don't make it an excuse to
not get other things done.
Yeah, if you want it to get done, like, and if you have certain goals and you're not reaching those goals, don't make excuses saying that you couldn't get it done because you didn't have time, because you're out bullshitting. That's the one thing that I think
also people put excuses in place and don't realize that is an excuse.
Yeah.
So they say, well, it's because of this, but everything you're saying right now, those are excuses. So they're like, that's not. No, it is an excuse.
Yeah. Because
you can put those things aside to get this thing done. You're just not. You're not prioritizing what you really do need to get done.
And once you understand that, like I said, the world really doesn't care about your excuses, or like success doesn't care about your excuses, right? And your goals don't care about it. Yeah, winning. Yeah, there you go.
That was the other book.
Winning. Like once you understand that, and you see that it only matters, like you can turn your reasons into excuses, and that's fine. Just understand when you don't reach those goals, it's not because of your excuses or your reasons. It's just because you just didn't do the work. And if the work's not done, it's just not going to happen. Yeah. So, I think I'm really glad we did it, man. Like that program was awesome. It wasn't easy, we made it tough on ourselves, and then was able to get a 20 miler out of it at the end. Like I said, like when
the 20 miler is on our YouTube channel. So if you haven't seen it already, we'll link it down below.
Yeah. And
it was a pretty it was pretty epic.
Yeah.
Epic day.
It was cool. So we want to shout out our new ambassadors. You know, we put out, you know, the information saying that we were looking for new ambassadors, new people to represent the brand. You know, help us share the Nesian Build experience, the Nesian Build vibes. You know, the mindset that we're putting out, and we got quite a few of those people. We just want to say thank you. Welcome to the squad. Welcome to the family. Let's go. And then we for the next couple, for not the next couple ones, but for down the road, we do want to bring on other island business owners, Pacific Islander business owners, and entrepreneurs. We are thinking about bringing on some military people, you know, fitness people too as well. Bring them on. You know, we want to share their experiences, help learn some things from them, and then share those lessons also with the Nesian Bill family following us. So. Yeah, we're looking for you. If you guys want to jump in, if you have something going on that you want to share, you know, DM us,
Hit us up
reach
in the
out.
comments. Yep.
Yeah, let us know. Hit the comments. Let us know. We're down for it. We want to reach out to everybody, get everybody out there, and share that island love, baby.
Don't forget to like, comment on the videos. If you're feeling generous, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, the bell icon for notifications, so when we post future episodes, you can see it. And appreciate your time. Thanks for watching.
Let's go.
If I did this for the money, would've gave up long ago. It's the passion and the drive buried deep down in my soul. It's ambition